News View, here for you. Welcome to News View for June 18th, 2010. And our top story tonight is about the oil spill in the Gulf and the CEO of BP saying, quote unquote, he's deeply sorry. Facing heavy criticism from both lawmakers and politicians from both sides of the aisle, Republicans and Democrats. The BP CEO looked very troubled. Representative Bart Stupak, a Democrat of Michigan, said that he was that we are not small people, but we wish to get our lives back. And that's a quote from Mr. Stupak. Stupak also went on to say that 26 people had died and 700 were injured in BP accidents, including the Gulf of Mexico's oil spill and a pipeline spill in Alaska and an explosion at a refinery in Texas. He also asked Hayward, the BP CEO, whether the government should ban drilling by companies with poor safety records, quote unquote. And this is Dateline Washington. This is some of what happened at the hearings that lasted an hour, and the BP CEO he says he's sorry and this is a problem. But a woman who was protesting outside of the hearing room, one of them was named Diane Wilson, 61. She appeared with a black stained hand, and she says Hayward should go to jail, quote unquote. And she was joined by Ann Wright of Honolulu, who was age 63, who wore a BP hard hat, overalls, sunglasses, adorned with dollar signs. She said BP doesn't really care about this. And she pulled out an oil-stained rubber ducky. There's a lot of passion on both sides about this, and everybody can agree that BP has royally messed up, I think. And the next story, some Republicans say that the BP deal with the U.S. is a shakedown. Texas Republican Representative Joe Barton, who apologized to Hayward of BP for them having to agree to a deal with President Obama to set up a $20 billion fund for Gulf damages. He said he was speaking totally for himself and not for the Republican Party, but he is ashamed of what happened in the White House yesterday, he said. His point is that BP should pay for damage claims, but should be allowed to follow due process and fairness of the American legal system. Now this is a Reuters story, and you can probably find it easily. The last one was an AP story, and next I have a Wall Street Journal story saying that the FCC, Dateline Washington, the FCC are trying to re-regulate internet lines. The commissioners voted 3-2 to re-regulate the lines, and this was with 2 Republicans dissenting on that, and it would reverse a 2002 decision that the FCC deregulated internet lines with. So the FCC has been claimed by a district appeals court that the FCC overreached when it sanctioned Comcast Corp. In 2008 for deliberately slowing some subscribers' internet traffic. So there's a big bunch of different views here on the FCC and the re-regulation possibly of internet lines in America. And if you have any questions, comments, suggestions, you can email them to me at mbadger@newsview.info. And if you'd rather, you could do that, and you could also call the station at 217, that's the area code, 384-2452. And the next story here, we're getting to the next story. Delta Airlines has added a Detroit flight in Savoy, Illinois, at Willard Airport. They plan to switch from turboprops to 50-seat regional jets for that route. And it says they now fly to Detroit twice daily in the morning and once in late afternoon, Sundays through Thursdays. So now you can fly to Detroit from Willard Airport in the Champaign in central Illinois. And that is from the Chicago Tribune, and so is this. A farm accident, Dateline, Sullivan, Illinois, has killed an 8-year-old boy after a piece of farm equipment fell on him just east of Sullivan. The town is about 40 miles southwest of Champaign, and they say he was playing with his brother in his family's yard at about 8:30 p.m. and a hay tedder fell on him from a trailer, causing his death. And that's a sad one. Well, we'll go to a break now, and we have a story about human heads found on airplane and the Obama administration spending money on pedestrian and biking initiatives. Please stay tuned.
Hi, I'm Bianca with Kids Science News Network. Have you ever wondered how the space shuttle blasts off? Put on your rollerblades and grab a ball. Stand still and throw the ball to a friend. The ball is like the gas that shoots downward, and your movement is similar to what happens to the shuttle. Newton discovered this law of motion. Sometimes it's described as an action having an equal and opposite reaction. To find out more, visit our website. Until next time, I'm Bianca with Kids Science News Network.
Lee Whitaker saw a program on electrical safety at his high school and learned about surviving car accidents involving power lines. That knowledge saved his life a few nights later when he was riding with friends and their car hit a power pole.
I made sure everybody else was okay and made sure I was okay and told him not to get out. That was the main thing that he repeated several times, is not to get out of the vehicle if you're in an accident involving power lines.
Learn from Lee's story at safeelectricity.org.
Season after season, our national forests give so much, but millions of acres have been lost to fire. And now the Arbor Day Foundation asks for your help to replant them, so that seasons from now, there will be forests to enjoy and a place to live. Visit arborday.org. See what we're doing. See how you can help.
For every pound you lose, that's 4 pounds of pressure off the knees. To find out more, go to fightarthritispain.org.
Okay, welcome back to News View. And like I said, this next story is a little gruesome. They found human heads on airplane on a Southwest Airlines flight that was on its way to Fort Worth, Texas. An employee of Southwest Airlines called police after finding human heads in a package being sent to Fort Worth Medical Research, a Fort Worth Medical Research company. The package was not labeled properly, and they called the local authorities, said Ashley Rogers, a spokeswoman for Southwest Airlines. This happened in Little Rock, Arkansas last Wednesday, she said. And the police turned the package over to the county coroner, who questions the place they came from and if they were properly obtained. That's that story. And the next story is President Obama's administration spending $1.2 billion on walking and bicycling initiatives or pedestrian traffic. It rose from less than $600 million for this kind of spending to $6 million a year more or something. The Bush administration has did not do this, and this is basically completely different than what they were doing. And it says here that the Obama administration seeks to coax Americans out of their cars. I know there were groups up in, there are groups in northwestern Illinois who have been for years trying to get people to ride bicycles. Personally, I'm not as good at bicycle riding as I used to be. So I would be walking if I were, I do walk. Walking's good for you, it's fine, but I believe that cars are a good thing. The next story is the Obama administration has also been secretly working with Russia to make an agreement on missile defenses, which many officials fear will limit U.S. missile defense. And according to them, they presented a draft agreement on missile defenses to the Russians as a part of talks between Evan Tosher, I think it's pronounced, maybe I could be wrong, under Secretary of State for Internal Security and Arms Control, and the Russian Deputy Foreign Minister named Sergei Rybakov. The talks that are secret and could be an agreement have made pro-missile defense advocates worried. The control officials who are for arms control dislike missile defenses and think they are an impediment to offensive arms agreements. And once again, like the bicycle and pedestrian views held by the Bush administration, this is another sharp contrast. And even the Clinton administration wanted to extend the ABM treaty limits on strategic defense to short-range missile defenses, something opposed by the U.S. military because of the growing threat of soft-range missiles. And if you want the rest of this story, it's from the Washington Times, and it's called Inside the Ring by Bill Gertz. now here we have a video of students chanting, "I am an Obama scholar." So yet another, I guess, homage to President Obama courtesy of our schools. I don't know if you can hear this, but they're saying they can be anything. They're saying they can be anything they want to be, and they're an Obama scholar. That they can be whatever they want to be, maybe president, because they are Obama scholars. Whatever that means. And in more Blagojevich news, Blagojevich's defense is trying to link kickback money to an Obama contribution. And this is from ChicagoBreakingNews.com. They say that Tony Rezko and Joseph Armanda acknowledged that he donated $10,100 to Obama's campaign when he ran for the Senate in 2004. And Armanda said he did so at Rezko's request. And this was days after he had picked up a $125,000 check, acting as a middleman at the same time. And prosecutors say this is a corrupt inside investment deal involving Rezko, Blagojevich, and 2 other top aides. But there is no evidence that Obama would have known the contribution might be tainted. And that is at ChicagoBreakingNews.com. And it's called Blago Defense Tries to Link Kickback to Obama Contribution. Well, if you have any questions or comments, I again ask you to email them to me at mbadger@newsview.info. That's the email address. Or you can phone the station. And right now, we'll go to a break, and then we'll have your weather, the Star Spangled Banner, National Anthem, and the credits. So thank you for watching, and don't turn that channel yet.
What do you have there, Dan? Oh, Dan, be careful. Consumer fireworks are very dangerous. Thousands of people are injured every year. Going to try again, eh? Look, Dan, wouldn't it be safer to just watch professional displays of fireworks at the park or on TV? Dan. Did you know that on a typical Independence Day, more fires are reported than any other day of the year, and that half of those fires are caused by fireworks? Life isn't a cartoon. Don't use consumer fireworks. It's not worth the risk. Learn more about it at nfpa.org.
And welcome to tonight's News View weather forecast for the weekend. Friday night, a low temperature of 70 degrees Fahrenheit and partly cloudy. Saturday, chance of thunderstorms, high of 90 degrees Fahrenheit with the probability of precipitation at 30%. Saturday night, a low temperature of 70 degrees Fahrenheit. And Sunday, a high of 88 degrees Fahrenheit with thunderstorms and a low of 66 degrees Fahrenheit. This has been your News View weather forecast for the weekend.
More than 100,000 fires each year are caused by faulty electric cords, plugs, and other electric problems in the home. Take time to check your home for electrical hazards. Make sure outlets are not overloaded. Check electrical cords to be sure they are not damaged or placed under rugs or carpets. Use only the proper wattage light bulb in fixtures, and test your smoke detector regularly. For more safety information, visit safeelectricity.org.